So what is the difference between a Cold War and a hot war? Well, a hot war is the way we understand war. There are opponents and they attack each other with armies and weapons. A Cold War is more of a political war. There is no direct violence. There is a state of hostility, and the opponents fight each other through threats, through propaganda, and through other measures, except the use of warfare. So there is no direct violence between them, although it is clear that they dislike each other. When did the Cold War start and end? Well, basically the Cold War started after World War II in 1945. It sort of intensified in 1947 with the Truman Doctrine, and it ended in 1991 with the dissolution of the Soviet Union. Some historians mention 1989, which is the more symbolic end of the Cold War with the fall of the Berlin Wall. But anything between 1945 to 1991. Sometimes the Cold War got hotter, and that's when there were bigger conflicts between the superpowers. Some of those examples are proxy wars, for example, Korea, the Korean War, the Vietnam War, the Cuban Missile Crisis. Those were instances in which the Cold War got hotter, and for example, during the Cuban Missile Crisis, it got so hot that it almost ended in nuclear warfare. I'm going to give you an example of a proxy war so you understand the concept. If we look at the Korean War, we can imagine Korea divided into North Korea and South Korea. North Korea was communist and South Korea was capitalist, and they were fighting each other. So instead of the United States and the Soviet Union fighting each other directly, they will fight each other through North and South Korea. So the Soviet Union will support North Korea with weapons, training, money, etc. And America will support South Korea with the same type of aid, military intelligence, weapons, and money. And so North and South Korea will fight the Korean War among each other, but being helped by the superpowers. And that is what we call a proxy war. As I explained before, after World War II, the superpowers divided the world into two spheres of influence. You can see the world divided in two colors, green and red. Green symbolizes the capitalist West, led by the United States, and the red symbolizes communism, led by the Soviet Union. Some of the communist countries were basically the Soviet Union itself, China that became communist in 1949, the satellites of the Soviet Union, for example, Eastern Germany, Poland, Czechoslovakia, Romania, Bulgaria, some countries in Africa, such as Angola and Ethiopia, some countries in Asia, such as North Korea and Vietnam, and Cuba in Central America.